We need help. We need defenders. Who got the calm demeanor, almost solemn all among the demons. War machine is seasoned, calling falling from his laser beam.
Hey, I'm Cameraman, and welcome to the very first episode of my new show, Shutter the Heel Up. You can't swear on YouTube, so you understand what I'm doing there. I would like to welcome my first guest, my very first guest. You can't have another first guest, so this is the first guest. I said that enough. I would like to introduce you to the lovely Sawyer St. Sin.
Hi guys.
Hey Sawyer, so you've been in the wrestling world for quite a while now, but you're really starting to sink your teeth into some new things now. But I want to touch a little bit on everything that you're doing for the people that might not know who you are. Foolish, know who she is. So, let's see, you have your irons in so many fires, it's ridiculous. I could just go on forever about everything that you do, but I'm gonna say, Sawyer here is a world-class pinup model. She's also a booming sensation in the burlesque community. She is a cosplayer, is that the right word?
Yes.
She's a cosplayer and well-known on the Comic-Con scene, and she is in professional wrestling. Are you a chef as well? No? Oh, well, I want to thank you for being here. I mean, it was incredibly easy to schedule you, but I appreciate it nonetheless. So the past couple weeks, I have seen you with a couple of fellas that I know real well down in Ardmore. Is it Tennessee or Alabama? We're right on the line. What state are we in here?
Tennessee.
It's Ardmore, Tennessee. She's been down there with a couple real good fellas. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing down there?
So, I started coming out and valeting with JL and Sean Campbell, my beautiful little nephew.
Wait. Your nephew? I thought he was...
He's our nephew.
I get so easily confused.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you doing with those guys down there?
You know, just clowning around with our pals, having a good time.
Now, did they recently do something impressive?
They are the tag champs.
Well, they're the tag team champions of that company?
Yes.
Together?
Yes.
Those guys?
Yes.
I don't know how JL got off the couch. Sorry. But what show was that on? That was
the We Killed Cupid show where they had the Rumble.
Okay, so were those two guys in the Rumble as well? How was that match?
They were. It was pretty on fire. JL stayed in for what seemed like an hour. He came out as 2 and stuck in there for as long as he could.
Oh, he came out at number 2 and he had to go to the limit. But he didn't go over in that thing, did he?
No.
Who went over in that match? Oh, that was Uncle Biff. Uncle Biff went over in that match.
Biff
He's the new champion of that company. Congratulations to Uncle Biff and Hannah for that.
He'll have his hands full on Wednesday when he comes up against, little Mr. Problem Child.
Oh, PC in the house. He's my man. PC is my guy right there. He actually was my hero of the week for last week, and I'll probably never tell anybody why, but he set that place up. It was real good. So, besides the wrestling, I mentioned that you have about a half a dozen other things going on. For our fans that might not know about these other communities, like what do you do? Like, let's talk about the pinups. What does a pinup model do?
Well, I've been published in 10 to 12 magazines.
Good Lord.
Trying for me, just trying to get out there that everybody is beautiful no matter, what they look like. Everyone has their special qualities that make them amazing.
Not me, I look hideous.
Whatever.
But when I think pinup models, I think of, my gal Betty Page. I mean, I love her. But you don't seem like Betty Page. So what's different between pinup, say, 1955, and pinup, whatever year this is?
2020.
That year.
Oh, goodness. Really not a whole lot has changed.
Okay.
We still enjoy the retro style, retro life. In some aspects, there's some things that can be stayed in the past.
What would you keep in the past? No, don't come into music. That's probably one of my
Well,
favorite parts.
no, you know how much I love Dean.
Well, no, I mean, like, I love the old cabaret music and everything like that is very spicy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but some of the ideals that were from the past can stay in the past.
Now, a term I've heard a lot, and I've heard it a lot from you specifically, is nerdlesque. So there's burlesque, and I think of Betty Page. I think more traditional.
Yeah.
Nerdlesque. What is that?
So nerdlesque is pretty much anything that falls within the realm of nerds and
Like, give me an
geek and-
example.
Well, so I just did a show where I cosplayed as Oogie Boogie, and
Oh, from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
yes,
Okay.
and I've done My Lady Penguin as an act, and
Now, what do you call that
Zaz.
character? What is the Lady Penguin character's
The
name?
Lady Penguin character is actually called the Puffin.
Okay.
She has a full backstory. Her name is Ophelia Cobblepot.
Well, so she's related to the penguin. It was Chester Cobblepot?
Yes.
I knew.
Oswald Cobblepot. He had part of it right.
Chester. Where did I get the Chester?
But yeah, she has a full backstory that I don't want to completely say because I don't want anyone to steal it.
So you do what's called gender bend cosplay. So you're a woman, but you dress up as a man. But it's a woman man.
Yeah, for a lot of my stuff, I like to flip it on its head and see what they would be like as a woman.
So what's the craziest like cosplay you've done, or I guess it all kind of intertwines, right? The burlesque, the pinup, and the cosplay.
Yeah, because I like to take my cosplays and add in the pinup aspect of my costume to it.
So what's the most out there one you've done so far?
I mean, my Joker was kind of, a stretch for me,
Okay.
with the full face paint and everything, but I haven't gotten too crazy yet. That's to come.
Oh, because I know doing burlesque, I saw you do a performance where you did the Spider-Man to Venom thing.
Yes.
That was kind of cool. Tell us a little bit about what you did on that performance, and maybe tell them how they can see it. Is there any way they can see it?
Actually, it is up on my Sawyer St. Sin Facebook page for, the time being. Who knows if they'll take it down. But, I start off as Spider-Man. I performed to Sierra's version of Paint It Black. Because I didn't want to use the Rolling Stones, because I didn't want to, I don't know, I wanted to go really dark with it, and hers is very dark, very, very dark. I start off as Spider-Man, and as I strip away parts of myself, I become Venom, and then I, might get a little messy with paint.
Oh my gosh! So it's kind of like a different world of burlesque, because I don't see Betty like, popular comic characters that day. Maybe she was like from like Shazam to
Superman.
Yeah, maybe like that. I don't
Captain
know.
America.
I'm not up to speed on comic books. I only like wrestling, really. So, well, I like her though. Whatever she does is super cool. So. Where do you do burlesque performances at? Because that seems like something that might be kind of hard to find if you were just like a general enthusiast. Like,
Well, they're freaks and geeks when they do anything. You can probably find me there. They just did a Valentine's Day show at the Lipstick Lounge. In March, we have another show there that is actually a benefit show for a family member of a good friend of mine, Tori. It's about transitioning, so everything is going to be a celebration of, transition from one thing into a beautiful.
and are you performing on the show?
I am performing in that show. I'm doing a butterfly act.
And can you give us a hint about the routine, or maybe a hint about what music you're using?
I've gone back and forth between a couple songs.
Okay.
One is a very lovely Tori Amos song, and then the other one I'm not giving away just in case I...
Is that one?
No,
Not that one, okay.
it Sleeps with Butterflies.
Oh,
It's very pretty, but yeah, I'm doing a butterfly act, so.
Oh, very cool, very cool. And you've got a Comic-Con coming up, I believe. Where is that at?
March 7th. It is actually Clarksville Con.
Ooh.
It is.
I've been to that.
The Riverview Inn.
I had a lovely time at the Riverview Inn. I really did. So I'm sorry.
And that's March 7th. We actually have a wrestling guest that's going to be there.
Who's going to be there?
Greg the Hammer Valentine is going to be there.
I'm not going to tell my story about Greg Valentine.
So that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to be at this con, is because I wanted a chance to meet him.
Well, I know that's really cool, but I don't know if I'm going to make it to that one. I've got a prior engagement that night. I live and breathe Hazel Green for some unholy reason, so I'm really excited that you're going to be up there. Are there any other celebrities besides Greg Valentine?
Well, there are going to be a lot of celebrities. I can't remember a lot of them now, but from the comic book world, and we've got actually the Buff City Batman is bringing the Batmobile.
There's going to be a Batmobile up there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know which version of the Batmobile? Are we talking like Adam West, Tim Burton, like?
I think we're talking more of like the George Clooney Batman version.
So like a 90s kind of.
Yeah, we're talking
not
like
the
90s.
Tumbler or anything.
No.
Okay, all right.
No. But I have, the Adam West Batman, I have been in that Batmobile, and I got to take photos with that one that's in Nashville. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet.
All right. So now getting back to the wrestling, you've been in the community for quite a while, and a lot of people know who you are out there.
They know me as Cameraman's wife.
But you've done some things. And I want to talk about how you got to where you are with this particular story. For a short period of time, you were the ring announcer at Rocket City Championship Wrestling. I thought you did a great job with that. The
worst announcer in history.
Wait, do we raise our hands for that? I take pride in being the worst announcer in history. If you're going to be the worst at something, be the best of the worst. That's my philosophy. So you've been with Rocket City, but this story that you're embroiled in, I want to give a shout out to JL and my nephew, Sean Campbell. You kind of bring them together in a way. Tell us a little bit about how you go back with JL.
Well, a different We Killed Cupid.
That might have been We Killed Cupid too.
I think it was too.
Is that the show where I thought PC was dead?
Yes.
I thought PC was dead.
Yeah, that little man. I think he's dead about every show that he does at least once.
All right, so we're going back to We Killed Cupid. That was a show in Pulaski. Is that right? It was under the name OCW.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Okay.
Yep. It was the same night that Dr. Trey Franklin proposed to Eden.
Is that right?
It
was the same night.
It's the same night.
I mean, I remember that was there. I don't remember what night it was.
Well, that's probably because you got hit.
Wait, I got hit. What happened?
Well, I was, trying to, do the raffle for Eden's calendar that she was in.
Okay.
And JL and his crazed mob came out and hit you and took off with me.
Now, this crazed mob, they go back to Athens, don't they?
They do go back to Athens.
Yeah, I remember the night that they appeared in the APW building.
Yeah.
It was a crazy vibe that night. It went pitch black, and suddenly I felt like bodies pressing against me, and I was surrounded by people in the pitch dark. I had no idea what was going on. The lights came up, and we were surrounded by clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been using these clowns as his entourage for a while, hasn't he?
Quite some time, yeah.
All right, so back to Pulaski. You said I took a hit. What?
I couldn't tell what happened. I was getting kidnapped by these goofballs All I saw was you on the floor.
Well, I'm on the floor a lot. That's for sure. All right, so JL and the clowns walked off with Sawyer St. Cyr at one point, and then somehow you got out of it.
I'm crafty.
She's crafty, but you've forgiven him. It sounds like.
Yeah, I've forgiven him.
Okay, so you guys have this history here, and not to mention that, you know, we've known JL for quite some time. He was a spot-on gentleman down in Athens until those clowns showed up. Let me tell you.
Well, the clowns even showed up at our wedding.
That's right. Why were the clowns at our wedding?
They just wanted to, you know, give their best regards.
Best regards, like, see ya, cameraman. You know, I've tangled with the clowns for a while. You know, we started off okay, but then they kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I hijacked their Facebook page at this point in time. But they kidnapped my wife, so maybe we're even. Maybe we're even. So
you might be able to find the video that happened when Lauren was looking for me somewhere on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, I do remember that. Yes, that was a scary video. Very scary. You know, that whole property is demolished now. It's a sad thing, really. Yeah. So JL, you've made amends with JL and his tribe of miscreants, and then how does my nephew fit into this whole thing? Like what's he been doing? I mean, I've seen him wrestle just about everywhere. He's tearing up the territory. That young man is. So
that young man is on fire.
So you are the liaison to bring Sean Campbell to JL and be this. Do they have a name? Does the tag team have a name? Like possibly Spoiled Remains? I don't know. Every good tag team ends up with a name, even if it's just Dash and Wilder. But they have a name too.
I don't know if they've pinned down anything that they like yet.
All right, put names in the comments. So what are you guys doing this week? I mean, what's on the horizon for you guys down in Ardmore?
Well, we've got, like I said, Biff versus PC. It's going to be crazy. PC, please be careful.
And I imagine...
And watch your back. Anna is crafty.
Oh. Well, I imagine that JL and Sean are going to have to put those titles up at some point.
They're having a rematch. So, yes, they will be defending their titles against... the Wild Wolves.
All right, the Wild Wolves.
And Brandon James and Tyler Thorne?
Yes. They haven't. I can't remember your name.
I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry. I can't remember.
But I do remember.
After what Tyler did to my poor little nephew the other night, I don't think I want to remember.
Oh, she's got a promo on you, bro.
It was disturbing. And unnecessary.
Everything in wrestling is necessary sometimes. So what night is that? Is that going to be Wednesday night?
No, that's Wednesday night.
And you're all going to be down there. And you got anything on the horizon? We talked about the Comic-Con. You talked about the burlesque show. Let's see.
Every Wednesday night in Ardmore.
All right. Now tell our friends where they can find you out on the World Wide Web.
I mean, Sawyer St. Cyr on Facebook, Instagram, kinda do Twitter, not a whole lot of Twitter.
Doesn't tweet much.
And actually, I do have 2 of my burlesque videos up on YouTube. Age restricted, sorry.
Oh, so you gotta sign in.
Yeah.
Because everybody watching this is old enough. I know you are. You're all adults here. We're all gonna get a drink after this, right, guys? All right, Sawyer, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely evening, and I hope things continue to progress in your career. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch Shudder the Heel Up Episode 1. You only get one Episode 1, and I could have had no better guest than the lovely Sawyer St. Cyr. So, my friends, I want you to keep one foot in the gutter, one fist in the gold, and I'm your friendly neighborhood cameraman saying, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.